Is it possible to use the Tufti technique to make it easier? New knowledge? I study at the second higher and understand that it has become much harder than in youth. I understand that you can activate the frame receiving a diploma, but how to use the technique to improve, facilitate the process of obtaining and consolidating knowledge? So broadcast the intention with the plate. Using thought forms, I have powerful intellect, good memory, extended consciousness. I see everything clearly, I understand clearly, I think clearly, I state clearly. I genius, I grab everything on the fly, I easily assimilate everything. I decide with ease any tasks. Everything is subject to me. What you ask yourself, you will receive such yourself. As with reality, similarly, the thing is that if you regularly systematically ask yourself some new abilities and qualities, then move to those films where you really have the given abilities and qualities. Transurfing works, of course, grieves only in my case with a big delay. I have been presenting my target slide for over 5 years. But so that it doesn't work really hard, I actually write it in one day. I didn't start to trifle and order to the fullest. Usually, there was enough inspiration for 1.5 hours of recording. In the evening, in the morning engaged in the same amount of the Renaissance I and other exercises. I noticed that the next day I want to present the slide much less, as if some fatigue was accumulating. But if I write in a day, then inspiration appears, and fatigue goes away somewhere. But roll doubts, do I have a lot of work with the slide? 1.5 hours per slide is too much. What should be slide to take so much time? Maybe you are. They're order too long a list, as a result of which your order cannot be fulfilled. You need to choose the main goal and concentrate on her. And perhaps the actual work with the slide turned into an end in itself. A large delay, 5 years, may be due to the fact that you fell asleep and in this dream, like in delirium, repeat your slide. If the slide is not backed up intention, get idle. It's better to choose a few keyframes or thought forms and highlight them with the plate. In conscious state, do not forget, you must broadcast intention, not routine prayer. It's also important to keep your eyes and ears open, watch reality, so as not to miss the opening opportunities, doors, and act, not just twist the slides. I am working on the goal of having a car, but while scrolling, slide or highlighting a frame with the plate, I feel discomfort. It turns out that this goal is not mine or some negative are connected with the car moments in the future, but I do not want to give up this goal. I need a car, I have a lot of kids, and I need to be mobile. Public transport is no longer saving. Here's how I can be here. I can bring myself to the line of life where with a car I will have everything safely. You need to highlight the frame where you enjoy driving and all is well with you. Perhaps the car is not yet included in your comfort zone. It needs to be expanded by scrolling slides, as well as trips to car dealerships. Of course, with the help of the plate, you can do your driving is safe. How long can the process last when everything goes to dust? Can it drag on for several years? It may take several months, but not years, of course. Is it possible to correct, rewrite the past if it is very necessary? If for me it is real, because fiction and fairy tales do not exist. What has already happened, retroactively, you yourself cannot change. Only reality itself can, but it does it only in small ways. Own. Leave the past alone. Look to the future. You can your future make it brilliant, as a result of which past mistakes will seem insignificant, or not errors at all. My work is directly related to finance. I trade on Forex. There are investors and a whole infrastructure of work. The result of work is strictly financial. I make good money, nothing to complain about, and income grow, but a stable good result in trading which I needed, not yet. What is the best way to put slides if work is related to financial indicators directly? General principles in the Book Tufti, and specifically in trading, this is already specificity. I am not familiar with this. Therefore, you yourself must, and most importantly, you can determine what and how to do it. You are not dumber than me, but I am not smarter than you. The difference can only be in the positions. Do you take the right? Decide what and how will be right. You can do it. ABC Transurfing. If you take yourself the right, it is given to you. When I twist the target slide, especially not the closest, where I own the skill I need, but more distant where I already successfully succeed, I apply skill in the profession, then very often, almost every time, regardless of my will, breaks in with the desired target slide and slide parasite, my fear, where some person suddenly causes physical harm to me with one thing to disfigure me. This slide parasite is very intrusive, just starting to visualize. It jumps or crawls, but more often jumps. How from him get rid of? Do not twist the target slide, but use the target backlight. Algorithm frame. This algorithm requires only short-term focus. Literally for a few seconds, a maximum of a minute. During this time, the parasite does not time to crawl to you. And then he will leave you alone. I have very cool abilities for case A. I want to learn how to do case B. The goal is mine, the soul wants it, and the mind. If according to the Tufti technique, I will highlight the frame where I already know how to do case B, then doesn't it happen that I'm transferred to that film of life where I already know how to do case B, but my abilities or accumulated skills in case A disappeared or weakened? What makes you think that on another film, the case, and you will have get worse? It happens if you don't use it. What is not used then atrophies. But switching to another tape has nothing to do with it.